Manhattan Beach, California. He concentrated on U.S. political history, and throughout college, he writes, he found himself interning in Washington, D.C. First at the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History, then at the National Center for Victims of Crime in 2009. Finally, he interned for, as you heard before, Dianne Feinstein this past winter. After he graduates, he wants to get lost, traveling the world, while he writes a book about his life journeys. Someday, in the not-too-distant future, he hopes to go to graduate school.
Go Cal!
Thank you. Drive to Berkeley, La Quinta Reservation, Calvin graduation, 9:30. Appointments in Don Cohen's planner and primary sources of history. Many people are here today in this room that wrote nearly identical items in their own books. But my father, Don Cohen, the author of the primary source book I quoted, is not. He passed away in March. He was the one who introduced me to life. My father is gone, but he is as much a part of my life as ever before. My life history is as much his doing as it is my own. My understanding of history is as much his doing as it is the countless others throughout my academic career. From my family, to my friends, to my professors, I have learned how history and life are intertwined. And I know we all here have learned this in very similar ways. We arrived at Berkeley years ago, and our appreciation and comprehension of history began to grow. For me, it was Professor Litwack that awakened me to stories I never knew. Professor Henkin showed me how to read texts, pictures, and surroundings collectively. And Professor Einhorn taught me to wax my thoughts onto paper, buff them down, and turn in a polished final version. These are some of the teachers in classrooms, the professors in auditoriums. There are a few of the many that taught us the skills to learn history through our books and through our lives, the tools to see history in our every step. Tools like patience, the patience to sift through mountains of research and read it all. Tools like energy, the energy to laboriously critique an author's failure to cover a minor aspect of history. Tools like confidence, the confidence to make a daring hypothesis when we only have 3 hours on our final. And the patience, energy, and confidence to speak in every discussion, to question our professors, and to attend 8 a.m. classes every once in a while. In the wake of his passing, I returned to my father's home. I used my tools to reconstruct the history of us together. The patience to wait for the tears to dry. The energy to work through the mountains of memories. And the confidence to keep going, to ignore the pain that his absence caused. Our history was great. It was as great as the world's. It was peaceful, serene, and tumultuous, and trying. We accumulated a wealth of knowledge and love in my childhood. It was greater than all the robber barons stole from the Gilded Age. We fought trench warfare during my teenage years, firing machine guns of insults, hurling grenades of rebellion in our own rendition of World War I. And of my 20s that we did spend together, well, those 2 years were a dazzling dance, more vibrant than any flapper of the roaring 20s. Each of us here has a great personal history, constructed using the tools that our families, our friends, and our professors have imbued within us. We have all played Hannibal, beating challenges to cross our respective Alps. We have all underestimated the odds against us, like Napoleon did when he went into Russia. We have survived persecution for personal choices more perilous than those fleeing 17th century England. And the works that we have created are more grand than all Michelangelo's paintings and sculptures. My father's history, and my history with him, concluded nearly 2 months ago. With it came an end to all our historical allusions. But I see him, watching from above, up there somewhere. And he sees that today, my history continues. Today, all our histories continue. We add snapshots, photographs, films, primary sources that we will examine, analyze, and archive with the abilities Berkeley has bestowed upon us. Our families and friends will pose with our diplomas, our caps, gowns, and will have smiles all around. This marks a completed chapter in each of our own personal monographs. And tomorrow, we start a new and terrifying chapter in the real world. But thanks to what Berkeley has taught us and given us, we are not afraid. We are ready. We have the patience to toil for hours with no end in sight. The energy to do everything life demands, and then some. And the confidence to make a daring hypothesis. We will make history. And I can't wait to read about it in tomorrow's textbooks. Thank you.